Okay, so what do you need to get better with? Man, I just need to get consistent. I mean, my scores are all over the place. I mean, I'm ranging anywhere from, like I shot 75 the other day and then an 85. Like, it's just all over the map. Like, there's just no consistency. Okay, I got you. So talk me through like how you execute a shot. What do you do before, during, after the shot? What, like my pre-shot routine? Yeah, I mean, you call it pre-shot routine, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have that much structure to it. I mean, I pick out a target. I take 2 practice swings behind the ball, and then I walk in and I hit it. So what are you focusing on when you're executing the shot? I don't know, I don't really think. Well, we can't really not think. I mean, walking behind it and I hit it. How's that working for you? I mean, I think it works okay. Yeah, what were those scores in the last event? 75, 85? You think that may have a little something to do with this? No, I can't have anything to do with it. Huh. Hey, what's up? It's Kiel Alderink of Mental Golf Type, and in this episode we're going to talk about, why a pre-shot routine in its own may not be that effective, and the things you really need to do to get yourself into an optimal performance state before you execute a shot. It's all coming up right now. Hey, welcome back, and in this video we want to talk about, pre-shot routine and really what that's made out to be. Now, one thing I want you to understand is that just going through habitual physical motions, which essentially is what a pre-shot routine indicates, I do this many practice swings, I walk in and I hit it, nobody's really clear on what they're focusing on over those shots. So it becomes pure habitual motion to the point where you might not even, your mind might be totally turned off, and then when you get over the ball, you actually have to think more. The purpose of a shot process, as we call it, is to get our mind into an optimal state where we can get up there and perform it at a very deep subconscious level, which is the ideal. Okay, so to do that, we have to get ourselves into a relaxed state of awareness. Now, a couple things are very important to be able to do that. Number one is how we make decisions, and are you confident in that decision? So you really have to understand what your best decision-making process is. How much information do you need? Are you the player that just needs the, wind and distance and you kind of go by your gut?
Yeah, I mean, I get a number, see which way the wind's blowing, and I hit it.
Or are you the player that needs a lot of information and kind of go by the percentages?
Natural 29, no air density, 26 air density.
Everyone is different. There's 2 ways of making those decisions. And if you want to know more on that, just take the assessment at mentalgolftype.com to figure out who you are. But you have to define this. It's really, really important. Now, number 2 is once you have your decision, we need to rehearse and prepare the shot in a way that builds uttermost confidence of what you are doing. So practice swings are very, very important. These are something that gets missed a lot. We see a lot of players kind of just go through the motion. They do some half-ass practice swings. They fall off the practice swing, whatever. We want these to be very significant and realistic to what you're trying to accomplish. Number 3 is we have to know how to hold our focus over the ball. I hear this so much is I just don't think and I hit it. That's not true. Like, we have 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Like, our minds are always going. We can't really not be thinking. When we say we're not thinking, we're just not really aware of what our thoughts are, and our thoughts over the ball can become very harmful and induce a state of stress, which essentially breaks down performance, like you can see in this video right here if you want to know more about that. But understanding to a very basic level, this is what I focus on my player side or target side. Lastly, how we reinforce shots is ridiculously important. Like, so many people just don't pay attention to their good stuff and they only focus on the bad. That sucked. That was bad. I hit that so bad. I did this wrong. And all you do when that's the only thing you focus on is you build a sense of belief that I do things wrong. I do things bad. So you want to learn to really understand and reflect on what you do well, and if you don't, what is the solution? So that's what we call the finish line in our shot process. So these 4 stages make up a shot process. Okay, so I want to show you a really good example of what somebody who really is defining their shot process would look like. Take a look at this. Yeah, so let me talk you through my process here. So first thing is I'm grabbing an intermediate spot. I'm really trying to pull my target line into something closer that I can, feel like I can control a little better. I can get a little better sense of aiming right there. And then I do 2 practice swings, You know, each one I'm focusing on really a specific spot, you know, right here. I want to feel that club face right there. So I know when I feel that, like, everything's good. Okay, so once I got that feel, now I'm walking in, setting the face up, setting my feet. I confirm my spot. Like, I don't even look back up there. I just confirm my spot here, and then I just kind of focus on making that move. Like, really, really simple. You know, and after, I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, I always reinforce that good stuff. Okay, again, if you want to really see this in action, check out Quest to be the best right here. Again, we have 2 series of working with players and implementing this with the players. You can see it real time, players, and how they go in and out of good modes versus bad modes, and we can make that happen literally just by changing how they think. It's really incredible. So check out Quest to be the best before the next video. Thank you for watching.